Hi everyone. Today, me and my partner are going to give a presentation on sustainability education, and the topic is the evaluation of the sustainability education project. So our presentation will be divided into 4 distinct sections. Firstly, we will provide a comprehensive and concise overview of the formal project. Following the project description, we will evaluate our past experience critically from several aspects. And then in the subsequent part of our presentation, we will transition to a reflective analysis and the design of an improved project by using different sustainability education theories. And finally, we will conclude our presentation by summarizing the key findings and insights gained from the project. So, what is the project? Um, First, the organizers of this project were a group of student volunteers from South China Normal University. These organizers had taken the project to create a transformative experience for the participants who were students from a primary school located in a remote area. The aim of this project was to provide these young learners with an enriching and memorable summer break. And the location chosen for this project is a village situated in the southeastern region of China. So let's talk about the village. Here is some information which the village which is affected by deep economic backwardness. A significant portion of its population is low-educated farmers. Unfortunately, due to limited access to quality education and economic opportunities, the village faces various economic challenges. And compounding these difficulties is the issue of significant teacher attrition within the village's educational system. And the shortage of qualified teachers has resulted in the lack of sufficient numbers to cater to the educational needs of the community. Consequently, the overall quality of education in the village has suffered, leaving many students with limited access to a well-rounded and comprehensive education. Additionally, the village struggles with the issue of left behind children. So, what is left behind children? Many parents migrate to urban areas in search of better income, leaving their children behind in the care of relatives or in boarding schools. So the separation from their families and the lack of parental guidance and support often adversely affect the educational progress and overall well-being of these children. So further perpetuating the cycle of limited economic uh, opportunities. Another concerning aspect is the weak environmental awareness in the village. So the residents primarily focus on sub- subsistence farming, may lack knowledge about sustainable agriculture practice or the importance of preserving the environment. Therefore, college students from a developed area volunteer to conduct this project. And the purpose was to provide sustainability education for the children and enhance their awareness of environmental protection. And to establish a correct view of human and land development. To achieve this purpose, the organizers employed various approaches that engage and captivate primary school students. So we designed and implemented specific courses that cover topics related to sustainability and conducted fun and interactive activities. And here are the details of the courses we designed. First is called Environmental Protection Battle, which introduced the students to the environmental protection law and then to help them understand the importance of environmental protection. So in the class, students were divided into 4 teams and had a little battle. And the second course is Little Village Planners, uh, which was a role-playing game to teach students to become village planners and make bold plans for their own village and develop plans for their village. And the last course is called Plan Study. Students will make plant specimens by using leaves collected by teachers. So generally, this program did provide an opportunity for children of remote area to learn about sustainability and broaden their horizons. But in sustainability worldview, there are many spaces to improve. So to evaluate the outcome of this project, 6 criteria can be adopted. The first one is knowledge acquisition, which plays a crucial role in the sustainability education of students. The project did help students gain certain environmental protection facts through inquiry-based learning by combining knowledge acquisition through inquiry-based learning with extracurricular activities that broaden student horizons. This project aims to foster a holistic approach to sustainability education. So, in terms of the behavior change, another point that could be improved is that students are staying in the classroom, learning only through teachers. Take the plan study course as an example. The students only make the uh, plant specimen only use the leaves collected by the teacher. So in fact, they can walk out of the classroom, go and go to the nature and collect leaves by themselves, and then they can know more about their local environment. So, nevertheless, these children have been staying in a small village all the time, and what they learn in textbooks can be disconnected from the reality of the situation. And it is worth acknowledging that the project has not yet extended its influence to other participants, such as parents. So, in order to create a more significant and lasting impact, it would be crucial to actively engage and involve parents in the learning process. So, community engagement is a vital aspect of sustainability education. While urban college students have organized this project, the lack of partners and collaborations may hinder the long-term stability and sustainability of these projects. So to address this issue, it is crucial to establish meaningful partnerships with relevant stakeholders such as school leaders, village holders, and parents. And involving these community leaders will not only provide education additional support and resources, but also help to ensure the long-term success and continuity of the projects. Um, Therefore, in the third part of our presentation, we will transition to the reflective analysis and the design of an improved project by using different sustainability education theories, including the sustainability worldview and pedagogical approaches. So, as a foundation for understanding and addressing complex sustainability challenges, the sustainability worldview is a prerequisite for practical approaches. These approaches, including the place-based learning approach and the intergeneration approach, are two main methods to explore the possibility of providing better sustainability education in remote areas. So let's go on to the next part.
So, after what we have learned on Introduction to Sustainability Education during this semester, we are aware of some of the key concepts that could improve sustainability education and then did an upgraded version of the project. Knowledge listed 5 methods to um, to enhance learning effectiveness. Among these, we found 2 of them could be our theoretical mode to improve the curriculum, namely collaborative small group learning and place-based learning. First is the collaborative small group learning. It promotes active student engagement, cooperation, and mutual support. Students work together on tasks, share ideas, providing feedback, and assuming individual and group accountability. The teacher facilitates the learning process, guiding students and fostering effective communication. This approach creates a dynamic learning environment where students actively participate, learn from each other, and apply their knowledge to real world situations, enhancing both academic and interpersonal growth. And the second is place based education. In simple terms, place based education generally takes place in outdoor locations, immersing students in the local culture and landscape, and using these as a basis for other disciplines. Place based education will increase connectivity to nature, which may help bridge the gap between schools and the lives of children. It also aims to ground learning in regional phenomena and in the personal experience of students. Third is a concept called intergenerational education. Bonnie's research shows that children have a big impact on their parents' learning. They teach their parents things, make convincing arguments, and even act as role models. They encourage their families to adopt sustainable practices and share knowledge through casual conversations. It just goes to show that children can be real catalysts for learning within the family, both formally and informally. So, based on what we have learned and reflected on our past experience, we have kept the original project's focus on education for geographic and sustainable development and designed a new project based on it, which we call Go Further. We're planning to make Go Further a self directed and trip planning exercise in which students are asked to do more research about the destination and to take a trip with locally relevant questions. This could be divided into 3 parts. First of all is the pre-trip part. Before the trip begins, the students will be asked to work in small groups to plan their trip. This should include where they will stay, where they will visit, how will they get to this place, etc., etc. They should also set a sustainable topic or theme for this trip. For example, what's the difference between the destination's botanic and your hometown's botanic? Why the specific species of animals or botanic only lives in this area? Are there any species endangered? How can we protect them? During this part, the teacher will work as a facilitator, offering help if students need. This process will take around 1 to 2 hours. After the plan and the theme of the trip are decided by each group, a small competition among their trip plans will be held. The winner will be decided through voting by their peers. The award of this winning group is that their plane will be conducted by all the students. The second part is during the plane. Except for the thing that the students are planning to search or finish, related games will also be launched to active the activity. For example, a treasure hunting game or a picture taking activity. In this way, they can observe the environment better. The third part is the post-trip part. After the trip, a related report about the answer to their question will be completed. Children will also be highly recommended to share their feelings with their parents as well. Besides the pedagogical approaches of place-based learning and intergenerational learning, it is also important to break the limitation of resources in developing areas. Firstly, to make resource mobilization, we can seek innovative funding mechanisms and partnerships to overcome resource constraints. This can include exploring public private collaboration, accessing international funds, and promoting sustainable finance mechanisms. Secondly, to knowledge sharing and learning facilitate knowledge sharing and learning among stakeholders, fostering platforms from exchanging experiences, best practices, and lessons learned. This can promote cross-learning and replicate of successful approaches. Thirdly, to contextualization and localization, we can recognize and respect the social cultural diversity of the local area. Tailor sustainability initiatives to local contexts, considering local knowledge, value, and practices. This approach can enhance the relevance and acceptance of sustainability efforts. Lastly, governments could advocate for policy changes and institutional reforms that support multi stakeholder collaboration for sustainability. What's more, it is also significant to strengthen the collaboration of different stakeholders. Practically, to have inclusive participation, we can conduct a comprehensive assessment of the community's needs, interests, and existing knowledge related to sustainability. Engage with community members, parents, and local leaders to understand their perspectives, concerns, and aspirations regarding to environmental sustainability. Organize community-wide events, workshops, and seminars to promote the benefits of participation and encourage age broader engagement. Collaborate with local media outlets to amplify the message and reach a wider audience. Here is our evaluation and reflection on our new play. The picture part helps to shape a sustainable worldview for children. A certain amount of research and planning not only makes the outing more smooth than going straight to the destination without any knowledge background, but also help them to develop and refine a sustainable worldview in the process of investigating and designing the topic. Also, collaborative small group learning is applied in the pre-trip part. The trip planning group work promotes students' engagement, cooperation, and mutual support when the teacher facilitates the learning process. The award of the competition also encourages active participation. This approach creates a dynamic learning environment where students actively participate. The later trip will apply their knowledge to real-world situations, enhance both academic and interpersonal growth. The whole trip is designed to be in line with the term called place-based learning. Smith pointed out that the fundamental advantage of place-based education is that it fosters students' connection to their local communities and the wider world. This aids children in their village to overcome the feeling of isolation by reacquainting children with the outside world. Place-based education helps children to connect with their environment better. It not only makes people link their knowledge to the real environment, but also arises the awareness of sustainability. Other than place-based education, we also plan to employ intergeneration education. We strongly recommend children to talk to their parents about what they learned during this trip. Besides, as Shili has suggested, certain games and activities design can make sustainable development both fun and rewarding, which adds fun to the place-based education process. Treasure hunting games, for instance, can be added to active the learning atmosphere. At the end of the day, Go Further is a sustainable education plan to integrate a series of sustainability pedagogy like place-based education, collaborative group learning, intergeneration education, etc., etc. Our initial aim for this activity was to let children go further, both in terms of developing a sustainability worldview and in connecting with the world. Here is our reference. This is the end of our speech. Thank you for your kind attention.